And the last couple of times these Jets played the New England Patriots really stuck out to me and really rubbed me the wrong way. And it's time for the New York Jets to get their revenge on these Patriots. If you remember, specifically the last time these two teams played, it was an ugly, ugly, ugly game. Ugly game, 54-13. And Zach Wilson got hurt on a borderline dirty play. Some people say dirty, some people say clean hit. You be the judge of that. But the offensive line didn't do anything for him when he went down with injury, which was bizarre, but that was the 2021 Jets. Pats also ran up the score, 54-13. Game was out of hand, and Bill Belichick did not stop, did not let up the gas. In the third quarter, they were up 34-13. But you'd have a Damian Harris touchdown run, a J.J. Taylor 1 yard run, and then another J.J. Taylor 1 yard run. 54 with 2:59 left in the game, they scored a touchdown. You serious? That's what we're doing? Okay. Robert Saleh said that he wants to keep receipts. And while I was critical of him at the time, he has done a good job of backing that up, whether it be Tyreek Hill's comments from before the season, whether it be the Green Bay Packers deciding to play the Jets instead of getting a bye week after their trip to London. This is the big one for me. Obviously, winning a divisional game against Miami was big. You snapped that streak. But there's a pretty big streak against the Miami Dolphins right now. The New England Patriots, excuse me. The Jets are 0 for their last 10. 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Oh, 12. I can't do math. Shocker. Jets haven't won a game against the New England Patriots since Week 16, 2015. I was in the building. Eric Decker, overtime. We know the drill. We know what happened. Ryan Fitzpatrick, magical year. The Jets win, improve to get to 10-5 on the year before their final game in Week 17. We know what happens then. We don't have to talk about it, but that's a long, long, long time ago for the New York Jets for their last win over the New England Patriots. And in most recent history, you had last year the home opener against New England where the Jets stunk up the joint. Zach Wilson threw 4 interceptions, one of his worst games as a pro. One of his worst games as a pro. And then this last one. Right now, the New England Patriots are reeling. They are 3-4. They are in last place in the AFC East. Nobody has a clue who their quarterback is right now. Who would have thought of the entire 2021 rookie class for quarterbacks that it would be Mac Jones taking a seat first? This is the guy that they were yelling and screaming should have won Rookie of the Year, even though Jamar Chase had a historic season, because he led him to the playoffs. Mac Jones, he's the answer in New England. Until Bailey Zappi showed up and gave you, a game? Did his best Mike White impression? And now he's the answer long-term. Forget your quarterback he took in the first round last year. There's been some ugly ones. 28-14, New England over the Jets to end the 2020 season. 33-0 in 2019. That was the Seeing Ghosts game. 30-14. Jamal Adams interception game. Remember that one? No Sam Darnold. In 2018, you had the 38-3 game. 27-13. 26-6 to close out 2017. Or on New Year's Eve 2017. 24-17 loss in October. The Jets gave him a little bit of a fight in that game. Oh, how about this beauty? Christmas Eve 2016. Was hungover that day. Watched the Jets get blown out 41-3. 22-17 loss in November 2016. Those are the losses that we've seen. Very rarely has it been a tight game against these New England Patriots. Not anymore. That's changing. I understand Elijah Vera Tucker's out. That's big. Breece Hall is out. That's big. I don't want to hear the excuses for this game. There's no reason that you can't be competitive with the New England Patriots in your home building. Not a single reason. I don't care about those injuries with how good this New York Jets defense is. Right now, they are a top 10 defense in the NFL. They have wildly exceeded my expectations. Everyone wanted Jeff Ulbrich gone earlier this year. He's been fantastic. Fantastic for the New York Jets. And this Jets defense, I think, should be able to do just enough. I think they'll be able to do fine against those quarterbacks, whichever one starts. And sure, am I a little bit nervous about Zach Wilson in this game? I guess, but when you watch what Justin Fields did this past week, there's no reason for Zach Wilson not to show out. With his two running backs of Michael Carter and James Robinson, that's a fine duo. With Garrett Wilson and Elijah Moore back this week, and we'll have to see about Corey Davis, but you brought in two tight ends for a reason. You have Braxton Berrios still. He might have to throw a little bit more this week. He wasn't good against Denver. That's not breaking news, and he wasn't that good against Green Bay. But he was fine against Miami, and he was great in the fourth quarter against the Pittsburgh Steelers. Win a big game at home against arguably your biggest rival, at least in my eyes, to my generation. Other generations might say the Miami Dolphins, and I get that. My opinion, the biggest rival, the team that I hate the most, the team that ran up the score on you 54-13 last year. Remember that. It was the game where Zach Wilson got hurt, derailed the Jets season. They embarrassed you. They thought so low of you that they ran up the score. And that's not uncommon for Bill. He does that constantly. He hates the Jets, and we hate him. And it's time for the New York Jets to get it in gear at home in their own building on a 4-game win streak. They're the hotter team right now. They're the better team right now, and they have more depth than the New England Patriots. Yes, New England has the best coach of all time, and they're running on the coattails of a 20-plus year run. But that's not this year's Patriots. They are 3-4 and have a massive quarterback issue right now. They have no idea who the quarterback is. Not a single clue. And we'll see. This is a big test for this Jets team. If they are serious about making the playoffs, which, yes, that is a legitimate conversation. At 5-2, you could talk about being a playoff team. If the season ended today, the Jets would be the 5 seed. The first wild card spot in the AFC. Win this game against New England. And then, sure, you have a tough test against Buffalo. Well, you worry about Buffalo the next week after that. Whatever happens then, happens then. But you can compete with this New England team. You can't get pushed over. You can't lose 25-6 in your own building. You can't lose 30-27 in your own building. You can't lose 38-3 in your own building. Win this game. They can do it.